Hey guys, namaste. I'm Rebecca. Today we're going to be working on yoga for lower body, tight hamstrings, and deactivated glutes from sitting and related shorter hip flexors. So hopefully you can take a few of these moves and do them throughout the day as well. So if you have a water, you'll need that, and 2 blocks. And let's meet on the mat in child's pose. So you can either have your knees wide with big toes touching or closer together, whatever feels natural, and bringing your hands overhead, just massaging your forehead on the mat. Taking a moment for yourself. Breathing into your nose, down past your throat, clavicle, ribs, and into your navel. And exhale like you're pouring out a pitcher from the bottom to the top. Back out through your navel, ribs, clavicle, and back out through your nose. So completely exhaling the breath. And noticing that moment before you inhale again. Filling the pitcher from the top to the bottom. And then slowly and smoothly pouring the pitcher of water back out. So lifting up, you're going to cross your left leg over the right, and then sitting back. Maybe taking a bind, bringing that right arm behind your low back. If you want to come into the top of your head here, maybe just 20% pressure. Stimulating your brain, and then coming back to neutral and lifting up, crossing your right leg over the left, sitting back. The side might be a little different, and then taking that bind again, and maybe coming into the top of your head. Awesome, yogis. So coming up in the tabletop and taking any movement here, maybe laterally, playing with the shift in weight from one side to the other, staying stabilized, and rolling through your hips, back, and forwards, and forwards, and back. And focusing attention on your shoulders as well. Coming back into tabletop. Lifting your right leg, rolling out your ankle, and lifting your left arm, gazing out. We're gonna plant that left hand back down and step your leg through. Gazing forward for runner's lunge and looking back away from your bent knee. Gazing forward again and step it back. Left leg lifts, gazing up and out, squeezing your glute. Bring the right hand down and step your left leg through. You can always grab your ankle to do that. Pressing forward, looking back, looking forward again, and slide back. Shake it out. That's called tiger climbing mountain. Right leg lifts and left arm, bird dog. Stepping the right leg forward and gazing back behind your hip. This time when you gaze forward, you're going to thread your right arm back behind your right leg and then press that left hip just a little more forward into dancer's lunge. And we'll hold for 3 breaths. Unwinding. And left leg, right arm. Bird dog. Tiger climbing mountain. And threading the left hand back behind the left calf and holding for 3 seconds. Dancer's lunge. Spreading your fingertips. Good work. Come back. Right leg. Left arm. Up. And forward. This time we're going to tuck our back left toe and then straighten the front leg for a pyramid pose, gazing at your front foot and then pushing forward, looking back and looking down, pyramid pose. Bending the front knee, look back, and then straightening the front leg, pyramid. And one more, lunge, twist, and forward fold and pyramid. Maybe planting your back foot if you were on the ball of your foot, and then just shifting that front hip back a little more, lengthening through your neck. Good job. Step back in the tabletop. Left leg, right arm. And lunge into pyramid. Bending the front leg, looking back. Pyramid. Bending, turning, and pyramid, planting the back foot. Just getting a nice hamstring stretch. Pivoting that front hip back. Good job. So from tabletop, we're gonna we're gonna swing our left leg around and outstretch our right leg. So this is called foxtail. And spreading our fingertips, sitting back towards our heel. Inhale and exhale, gazing out and gazing down. We're also working on our pelvic tilt. Doing 4 more of these. Warming up our muscles. So if your foot was facing towards me, you're gonna turn it out, or if it was turned out, turn it in. So just people have different flexibilities here, so doing the way that's more challenging for you. And then we're just gonna work in the pelvic tilt here. So just a small movement. Inhale, looking out, and exhale, rounding between the spine, like a cat-cow. Good work. Tabletop. And sit back in child's pose. Let's do the other side. Swinging that right leg so that it's diagonal and pushing back for foxtail. Keeping your belly in and up. Getting a nice hip adductor stretch. Doing 8 total. And then changing the position of your foot and just doing 8 cat-cows. With a neutral pelvis. Good job. Let's turn back to the short edge of the mat. If you hadn't already, maybe grabbing a drink of water. And moving into maybe our first down dog for the day, who knows? Bringing our hands and handprint forward, tucking our toes. You're gonna lift your tailbone to the sky and pedal your feet. Pressing through the ball of your index finger and thumb. Leaning forward and pushing back. Bringing your right hand towards your calf or ankle. We're going to look up under our armpit. Gazing up at the sky. I have a nice tree view here. Thinking calming thoughts. And come back. Let's do the other side for 3 breaths. Good job. So turning onto the outer edges of our feet, We're going to lift up into a side plank. If you need to take a modified side plank, you can always lower that bottom knee. But otherwise, your feet adjacent and your middle section reaching up, maybe gazing up at your hand. And exhale, coming back into down dog, and feel free to take a child's pose. Inhale, plank. And exhale, down dog. Just really trying to keep your middle elevated. So turning onto the other side. Holding for 3 breaths. And exhale, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Inhale, right leg lifts. And exhale, tap the elbow in front, leaning forward. Inhale, come back again, straightening your leg. And exhale, tap the opposite elbow. Inhale one more time. And then exhale, maybe turning for a twisted side plank, pressing out through the ball of your foot, and you're resting on your left arch, holding for 3 breaths. Hugging it back in, push back into down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, come forward, tap that tricep. Inhale, pairing off from your heel. And exhale, tapping the opposite elbow. Slow and controlled. Reach as high as you have yet. And to that twisted side plank. Lift. And lower. Take a rest in child's pose. Good work. Maybe coming back to your yogic breathing, using your whole diaphragm. And maybe setting an intention for today. Whether it be to be patient or present. Just remembering what it feels to be calm. So lifting up into tabletop, curling your toes, down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. And exhale, bending the knee, stepping it through. Inhale, looking up into runner's lunge. And exhale, spinning the back foot, warrior 2. So pressing towards the long edge of the mat. Inhale, your right arm comes up overhead, keeping that left shoulder back. And exhale, switching your arms. So reverse exalted warrior. If you want to place your hand in that back pocket, let's do a little flow of these. Exalted warrior. Reverse exalted warrior. And one more. Bring that elbow onto your knee, and your back arm comes out and overhead for lateral side angle. So if you want to use a block here, you would place it on the inside of your foot, and your pinky is down on that top arm, pressing through that knife edge of your back foot, revolving your torso. And when kneeling down, step back, inhale, plank, exhale, lower down, bending your elbows, Chaturanga coming all the way down. Inhale, lift, cobra, curling your toes, meeting in Adho Mukha Shavasana. Inhale, left leg, and exhale, stepping through. We're going to do that other side. Turning and opening into the long edge. Inhale, reverse warrior, and exhale, reverse warrior. I like, how about reverse exalted warrior? So same thing, but reverse kind of cancel each other out. Just doing a little flow. And coming down into side angle and holding lateral side angle. Just thinking length from the tips of your finger out through the edge of your feet. And good job. Step it back and take your vinyasa. Plank, up dog or cobra. And exhale, down dog or tabletop. So lowering down. Oh man. So inhale, drawing your belly in. And exhale, cat, bringing your chin to your sternum. Inhale, cow. And exhale, lowering down onto your belly. Inhale, snake again, Bhujangasana. And exhale, bending your knees. If you want to grab your ankles or just reach back, we're going to lift into bow pose. So gazing down your nose and lifting your feet. Keeping your knees gravitating towards each other. And push back up in the tabletop. So trying that flow again. Inhale, cat. And exhale, lifting your chin, cow. Inhale, sliding forward. Lifting up into cobra. Legs velcro together. And exhale, grabbing your ankles. Lift up into bow pose again. And we'll do that little flow one more time on your own. Table, cat, cow, lifting your tailbone, bending your elbows, cobra, and holding bow pose for 3 breaths. Dhanurasana, stringing the bow and then pushing your feet really strongly into your hands. Strengthening your low back, which can be pulled on when you have tight hip flexors, so just interrelatedness. And just rest your ear on your hands stacked, maybe massaging your hips. Oh, it's hard. And switching your ear. So when you're ready, we're gonna lift in a tabletop and then bring our right foot behind our right wrist and left foot behind left wrist, sitting back into a squat, which you could always use a black for, and then just opening up our inner hips here, bringing our hands together in namaste. Namaste in bed. I saw a funny pillow. And just pushing your elbows into your thighs and lifting up through your crown, pressing evenly through your feet. A lot of people sit like this to eat. Pre-chair times, but it's definitely better for you. It doesn't load your back. And you keep your core engaged, lifting your pelvic floor. Maybe you want to move the black out. Ready. You can always widen your feet stance a little bit. And we're going to do some twists here. So bringing that right arm in front of your right shin, maybe taking a bind or just looping that left arm around, gazing up over your shoulder if that feels good. Come back into neutral. And twisting the other direction. Good job. So this is just a little hip mobility exercise, but you're going to lower down your knee and then come to rest. Then lowering your back, right knee down towards the mat. And then without using your hands, you're going to lift back up into squat. So switching sides, right knee comes down and left and left. Let's do it again. How about one more? Noticing if you need to compensate anywhere and maybe strengthening that area. If you need to use your hands, that's okay. On one side, that's how I had to start. Good work. So I'm doing our balance today. From here, we're going to move into crow. In our balance, If you want to grab water again. So crow is always good to move into from Alasana, but bring your hands down. You're going to keep your knee up towards your armpit. If you want to use the block for your head, you could if that makes you feel safer. So you're spreading your fingertips and you're going to lean forward, keeping your belly engaged. And maybe lift one foot and then the other, just playing with it and holding for 3 belly breaths. So some people come into a tripod headstand from this. I'm just gonna cue a head to ground, or Arda head tripod headstand or half. So from crow, lowering down to the top of your crown, and then just putting 20% pressure on your head and keeping the weight in your hands. Maybe playing with lifting your legs a bit. And we'll rest in child's pose. But those inversions are always good to stimulate your pituitary and thyroid glands, hormones, getting fresh blood and insight to your brain by reversing gravity and helping with lymph flow to get your immune system working. So working on a little jump back or a fun transition. So coming back up into crow. Squeezing your core. And jumping back into plank. Pushing your hips high, down dog, gazing between your hands, bending your knees, splayed out, and jump to a seated position. So starting our cool down now, we're going to bring our left leg in towards our midline. And straightening up through our center. Inhale, lifting our arms, turning towards our extended front foot. And exhale, folding forward. Lengthening through the back of our neck. Coming around and back, we're going to sweep our right hand out and up, gazing at our hand for stargazer, getting a hip extension, pointing our front foot, and exhale, come down and back into forward fold, Chatura Parivartanasana. Let's do 2 more of these. Shining and quieting. So if you want to grab your big toe with your peace fingers or the outer edge of your foot, and then open your left arm to a T, getting a nice IT band stretch and leg stretch, trying to line up your hand to your foot, a long line. Good job. Hugging that knee in. You're going to take a little twist here so your bent left leg is under your left heel at your right hip. And turning towards your bent leg. And then revolving around to the other side. Inhale, lengthening, and exhale, twisting. So let's switch out our legs. So right heel comes in. Inhale, big breath of air. And exhale, lowering down. Come back. Stargazer. Head to knee pose. Two. And 1. And grabbing your big toe. Pushing down through your right knee and squeezing that quad to really straighten your leg. Can maybe move like a sundial opening. Good job. And then bring that foot over for that twist. Seated twist. So Ardha Matsyendrasana, so turning towards your bent knee and then switching sides. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale, holding. So bringing your legs in front. Inhale and exhale, lower down as smoothly as possible. Inhale, lengthening from the tops of your hands and your heels. Lift up and lower Paschimottanasana. So bending that right knee, we're going to straighten the left leg, pointing and flexing. And then turning. So twisted Dandasana, but keeping my leg pointed here. Turning, straighten your leg as much as possible, making lines with your body. Good job. Hugging that knee in. We're going to lift up towards your right leg and then take a little bind here. This is called the Sage Marie Chiasma pose. So you're really pressing out through the ball of your foot. Being gentle with your shoulders and then keeping your sits bones grounded. Good job. So that left knee is still bent, straightening your right leg, pointing and flexing, engaging your powerhouse, your core, and then turning and twisting. Getting an ITBM stretch. And good job. So switching it out, right leg bent, and then doing that Sage Marie Chiasana with the bind. So turning onto your side. We're gonna either rest on our elbow or you can lay down, bringing your hand to your ear. We're just gonna do some leg curls, extensions. And then grabbing our big toe with our peace finger, you can bend your bottom leg to press up into one more side plank. Good job. Bringing that foot in front. And maybe touching your extended left toe for infinity pose, which looks cool. So I'm getting a nice hip stretch. And I feel it in my back, like lats. picture of calmness. Nice. So swiveling around to the other side. Let's do a little leg extensions again. Pressing out to the horizon, watching your ear doesn't hit your shoulder, and then bending your bottom leg. Maybe doing side plank, gazing at your toe. Good job. And then back to infinity pose. So turning onto our backs. We're going to cross our right leg over the left and then twist. So bringing our knees down to the mat. You can spread out your hand to a T, or if your shoulder doesn't feel grounded, just grab it. And coming back, we're going to grab both feet for reclined Gomukhasana, cow face pose. And uncrossing, but your ankles under your knee lift up for bridge, figure four bridge. And exhale, switching the cross. Left leg in front, twist. And then doing cow face again, grabbing the outer edge of your feet or ankles. And then figure four bridge, keeping long through your spine, shoulder blades flat, and exhale, come down. If there's one more pose you want to do before Shavasana, Yogi's choice, but just getting settled. We're gonna bring our hands to the sides, finding more room to breathe. And maybe spread your feet out a little wider so that your hip joints settle. And shutting your eyes. Take this time for yourself and see where it leads you. And bringing your awareness back to the room. We're going to turn on whichever side. Transitioning back to our day. Are you feeling grateful? And gratitude. That might be the same thing. But thank you so much. I'm Rebecca. Let me know if you have any questions. Namaste. Have a great rest of your week.